Now, good morning again, and now I see where Peter Bunting he was coming from a grave digging, and he was talking about that, and he was talking about the Portmore parish where there was the government trying to pass the bill of Portmore becoming a parish, and he was saying his piece. So this is what it says in the paper. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica (ECJ) has long been a model of fairness and democracy, ensuring that political boundaries are drawn free from partisan influence. But with the passing of the Portmore Parish Bill, this government is attempting to sideline the ECJ and manipulate constituencies' boundaries to give themselves an unfair advantage in the upcoming elections. This isn't just about Portmore. It sets a dangerous precedent. If they can change parish boundaries for political gain today, what stops them from doing it elsewhere tomorrow? We must stand against this blatant attack on our democracy. So at the end of this video, we're gonna play what Mr. Bunting is saying. So please stay tuned and listen up.
Just coming from a grave digging in Plowden, and I'm dressed in all black in solidarity with the mourning family. However, while there, it occurred to me that perhaps I should also be mourning for the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Why do I say that? Because this Portmore Parish Bill that was passed last week, ostensibly to create a new parish of Portmore, is effectively signaling the end of the role of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. And I'll tell you why. But let me start with the history, because young people may not understand where the root of the Electoral Advisory Committee, which then transitioned into a permanent Electoral Commission of Jamaica, came from. It was as a result of the violence in the 1980 elections, where hundreds of persons were murdered, victims of political violence. Subsequently, both parties agreed that this was not a path they could go down, and they formed the Electoral Advisory Committee, the EAC, which later morphed into a permanent body, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. I served as a nominated commissioner for 8 years on that ECJ. Now, in the 2009-2010 period, there was a period of boundaries review. We were adding 3 additional constituencies to the 60 that already existed. And that required a complete redrawing of boundaries in St. James and in St. Catherine, where the additional constituencies were being added. The new constituency that was created, the new East Central St. Catherine, was perhaps one of the more problematic constituencies in terms of establishing the new boundaries. In fact, as I recall, there was no agreement amongst the nominated commissioners, and the decision as to the boundary had to be left to the Director of Elections and the independent selected members of commissioners of the ECJ. They determined the boundaries, and we all accepted. And we did that because by convention, the boundaries of constituencies since the establishment of the EAC in the 80s was left to the EAC and then the ECJ. We took it out of the political hands of a minister and the majority in Parliament so as to ensure fairness and to better perfect our democracy. And it has worked. In fact, the ECJ is held up as a model, an innovation, homegrown and developed by Jamaicans that is used as an example of an evolving democracy right across the region. Central America, South America, all electoral bodies look at it as a model. So why do I say that this Portmore parish bill is threatening the ECJ, threatening to bring it to an end as we know it? What's the purpose of this bill? First of all, there's been no parish adjustments for 150 years. Why is it so urgent now, just 6 months prior to a general election? There's one reason: manipulation of the constituency boundaries to give a desperate GLP government a better chance of winning the general elections. That's the primary reason. They want to cut off PNP votes off of East Central St. Catherine, essentially reversing the decision of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica that was made prior to the 2011 elections. The second reason is to reverse the people's choice in the local government elections of 2024, February 2024, when they directly elected a mayor of Portmore, and they indirectly elected the mayor of St. Catherine. Both of these decisions by the people will be reversed by the GLP improperly using its majority in parliament to overturn those results. But let's look at the longer term implications. If, under the pretense of changing a parish boundary, the ECJ can now be sidelined by any future government. So let's say they want to give South Manchester, they want to give themselves this GLP, this desperate GLP under Andrew Holness, wants to give itself a better chance of winning South Manchester. Maybe they say, well, let's just adjust the parish boundary between St. Elizabeth and Manchester to put the Alligator Pond division in St. Elizabeth now, because we know the PNP won the Alligator Pond division and we want to cut their margins and improve our chances. Any parish boundary can now be adjusted with the real intention being to change constituency boundaries, and the ECJ will be marginalized. Jamaicans, recognize what is happening. Open your eyes. Demonstrate. Don't stand for it. We have worked too hard. Our democracy has come too far for this desperate Andrew Holness administration to undermine and reverse all that progress. I'm pleading with you. Wake up. Smell the coffee. I'm out.
Good day again, everyone. Now me telling you, say, boy, Jamaica ever keep. Now see them having this meeting about the Portmore becoming a 15 parish, and the people of Portmore don't want it. So there was a problem. There was discord and arguments happening this morning at that meeting. So the JLP them have a walkout. You understand me? But why try to shove something down people's throat? People don't want it. So why them a push it? You understand me? Yeah, man, the people them, if they don't want it, them stand up and say they don't want it, and they must mean say they don't want it. You can't make them people that disagree or do what they want to do with people. So this one is very interesting, you know, listening to it. So Lord Jesus, it's kind of annoying though, listening to the arguments among big people. You see, they not even know how to conduct themselves. But anyway, you guys just listen up and you know, and you see all what's going on. At the end of the video, at the end of this recording, you will see the video and see the sort of bangarang going on.
committee leader, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation.
Yes, Ms. Flynn, there was a meeting here earlier today and you walk out. I understand that your team walked out on the meeting. Could you just tell us what meeting was here this morning?
This morning's meeting was a disaster committee meeting for the parish of St. Catherine. We did a walkout, a protest this morning. The reason being is that at General Council meeting, General Council should ratify all committees. General Council meeting was abruptly adjourned. It was 10 minutes worth of meeting and it was abruptly adjourned so that the councils can move on to God House to stay there, discuss as it relates to the 15 parish that should be established in the country.
Okay, so based on so the team would have set from General Council meeting leading into these rest of committee meeting.
The General Council meeting normally, it's public document, so whoever wants to see the document, they can see. The General Council meeting is a meeting that should ratify all committee meetings. However, that was not done. So this disaster committee meeting this morning, it should be null and void also because no ratification of those committee meetings were done Thursday.
So you're saying since the local government election, all these committees have been hanging without any ratification, or just this particular committee?
Every single committee meetings has been ratified at General Council meeting. But none of these committee meetings were ratified at the last General Council meeting because the meeting was adjourned abruptly to stage a demonstration at God House.
So you're contending then that this meeting this morning is illegal?
This is null and void. This meeting is null and void because no ratification was done for this committee meeting.
And then, for the rest of this week and probably about the middle of next week, there will be other meetings. So what is about
mixed feelings. So we will gather again and we speak about it. Our caucus, the JLP caucus of councillors, we will speak about it. We will express our disguise and we will express how we move forward.
How do you feel, when they walk out of that meeting and realize there was they go to a protest? How that, led to an committee? And the residents in St. Catherine?
The people of St. Catherine, the business of the people of St. Catherine, you put it aside just to stage a protest. A protest just to say you are not satisfied with bounties and you are not satisfied with the 15 parish as it relates to Portmore becoming a parish. Or you leave the people's business hanging in the wings and fancy. We don't treat people like that. We don't treat the business of St. Catherine that way. We were elected to represent the people of St. Catherine other than our divisions. So since we are elected, we should treat the people business with the utmost respect. Teresa Turner Flynn.